From the LAF Pet Rescue Studios, welcome to the Host with the Most Toddcast. Now, here's the tan, tattooed connoisseur of conversation, Todd Newton.
Nice to have you here. I got really confused the other day. My son was trying to FaceTime my mother, his grandma.
Okay.
And my mom is on my phone plan.
Okay.
And so she uses my Apple ID because she doesn't need her own Apple ID. She just wants to be able to go on her iPhone and download some music if that's what you want. And she never FaceTimes. So my son was trying to FaceTime her and my phone rang. Or the FaceTime rang on my computer because it's all, Apple connects everything.
Right.
And I saw it was my son, so I answered. I said, "What's up?" He's like, Why are you answering?
I'm not trying to talk to you.
Yeah. And then we figured out what was going on. But this is kind of scary because the way everything is connected, no one wants what they view or do on their phone, whether it's saucy or not. We don't want it to be accessible by other people. And I want to tell you about this computer tech who works at a train station in China. Now, this is a guy that knows, you would assume, knows computers and every in and out of what they're capable of doing, like the back of his hand. Well, he forgot to unplug his laptop from the train station's TV system before watching some adult entertainment.
Oh, no.
So I guess it's his computer that kind of has the rotating advertisements that you see on television screens and train stations. I guess he uses his own computer for that, or maybe he uses his work computer to watch his adult entertainment. But the porn that he was watching was broadcast to every traveler in this giant train station. And in China, they don't play, man. I mean, their trains they blow the U.S. trains away, like a U.S. train today. But in China, it's like, you might as well be in an airport. It's like that advanced.
Yeah.
Maria, 3 minutes, there was an adult film playing on every monitor in this train station. Old people, kids.
Oh.
And can you imagine, if that happened like at an airport, I would immediately start looking around to see, all right, who's watching that?
Who's watching this?
Yeah. Everybody's probably trying to figure out who it was. If this happened in an airport or a train station I was in, with all my tattoos, guaranteed everybody would assume it was me. It's got to be the middle-aged guy over there with the tattoos, for sure. For sure. It's not Maria. She looks far too innocent for this.
That's right, and I am.
Well, I'm not too innocent for it, but I know when to play it and when not to, for crying out loud. By the way, why are you watching it at work?
Don't you have work to do?
Yeah. And isn't a train station, look, that report that we talked about not long ago, 83% of adults occasionally watch an adult film on their phone or their computer. I get it. It's pretty much a victimless crime for the most part. But it seems like something that is better enjoyed with some degree of privacy, I would think.
In the confines of your own home.
Or a busy train station, whatever turns you on.
This episode of the Toddcast is brought to you by the Tattooed Traveler YouTube series. Don't miss out on your first-class ticket to adventures around the world. Subscribe to the Tattooed Traveler on YouTube or visit thetattooedtraveler.com.
So my partner right over there, the great Maria Todd, uncovered these nasty details that have been revealed by divorce attorneys. And I like this. By the way, all the divorce attorneys are remaining anonymous. I think that's...
Yes.
But we thought that we would share a few of these things that divorce attorneys are divulging anonymously. This one attorney writes, my client was going through a divorce. His wife had just packed up her stuff and their kids and moved out. They did it while he was at work. Come to find out, a few weeks before she left, she'd won a $5,000 a week for life lottery ticket.
No.
And she wanted to divorce him before she cashed it in so that she wouldn't have to split her winnings with him. Oh.
Wow. Ouch. But hey, she needs that money to take care of the kids.
Yeah, that's right. Here's another one. My client didn't want to break up with his girlfriend. She kept nagging him about marriage, but he didn't want to marry her. So he told her they'd have a, quote, destination wedding, unquote, on a tropical island with a local ceremony, and it would be very romantic. That sounds romantic. Mm-hmm. I like that. And they did, except my client just hired a resort staff member to pretend to officiate a marriage ceremony, and no marriage contract was ever drawn up. Get this. The guy died years later. His wife, also in quotation marks, found out that they were never married legally.
Ow.
And she was not in the will.
Ow.
Yeah. But there's got to be some common law stuff going on there, right? Depending on how long they were together.
Well, it depends on how the state wants to interpret and how much they want to enforce.
Yeah.
Like Texas, you can have a common law marriage, but it's not really recognized by the state.
Yeah.
So you can't use it as grounds to sue for something. Man.
We'll do one more here. A husband who, and again, these are all coming straight from, these are the stories that divorce attorneys tell after they've had a couple of drinks. You know,
yeah, they tell each other.
Yeah. A husband who lived on the East Coast had a listed income of $1.5 million a year. He cheated on his wife 10 times. That means 20. You know, if you've got a number.
You're admitting 10.
Yeah, you have to double it. Almost at the end of the divorce process, it was learned that the husband had another family in Seattle, a different name, and another $14 million salary in tech. His vested stock options under the second identity were worth $214 million.
Why do people do this?
I know. It's too much. Listen.
How?
My dad always says you can't ride two horses with one ass. It just does not work. But this guy was discovered via Facebook when his wife in Seattle posted a photo on him and tagged him. The East Coast wife similarly posted a photograph of him, and the facial recognition on Facebook busted him.
How many people have been busted by technology? Just don't do the crime if you can't do the time.
Oh, man. Curse you, Facebook. Curse you a million times over and over again. There you go. Listen, all you got to do in life is the next right thing. It's so easy just to stay out of trouble. You know, so easy.
Let me leave you with some words from my friend Kim, who's a great attorney who had to get a divorce attorney.
I love your words. Yes.
Do you want to be right or do you want to be free?
Thank you for keeping the art of conversation alive. For more Todd, visit ToddNewtonOnline.com. The Host with the Most Toddcast is produced by the Host with the Most LLC. All rights reserved.